Hello, and welcome to Cape Ann Report, the weekly show about people, places, and goings-on on Cape Ann. I'm Greg Bover, and I'm your host this week. My guest is John Doyle, who is the Education Director at the Gloucester Biotechnology Academy, something new in town. And so we're here to talk about the Biotechnology Academy. It's a new program, just started up. It's got some fantastic opportunities for local students. So let's just set the stage for us. Tell me a little bit about what you teach.
Sure. Thanks for having me first. So what we teach, it's a 9-month vocational training program. And basically what it does is it teaches students to become entry-level lab technicians. So it's a vocational program. It's intensive, hands-on lab training. It basically works on a trimester type schedule. The first trimester focuses on DNA technology. The second trimester is all protein technology. And the third trimester is a paid internship with a local biotechnology company. We have a separate curriculum that focuses on career skills for the students. So the students learn what's proper teamwork in a lab, what's proper laboratory etiquette, how do you write a cover letter, a resume. We do mock interview skills. So the students learn some life skills as well. So the idea is to make them as well-rounded a candidate as we can for when the students go into their internships and their job opportunities.
So DNA, and it sounds pretty serious, and it sounds like heavy-duty science. But as I understand it, people don't have to already be well-versed in science. You teach them what they need to know to be lab technicians.
That's correct, yeah. A lot of times, the students we get, they kind of fear the fact that, I haven't had chemistry in a while, or biology wasn't my thing, and math scares me. We teach everyone as if, they've never had it before. We start with the same foundation with everyone, and, there's really no need to fear it. So, yeah, it works out really well.
So, and right now, you're in the midst of the internship part for the first group of students who have gone through the program. Is that right?
That's correct.
So these students are out working at various companies in the area. Tell me, who are some of these companies?
So the companies, we've had fantastic support from local biotech companies, New England Biolabs and Cell Signaling Technology right here in our own backyard. Are world-renowned companies for what they do. We have Synlogic in Cambridge, Dana-Farber in Boston. Dana-Farber is pretty well known. Yeah. Bluefin Biomedicine, which is a company that is an offshoot of Cell Signaling. They work in cancer therapies as well. Lariat Biosciences, which is a startup company in the Cummings Center in Beverly. So yeah, we've had fantastic support from local companies taking on our students.
100% placement as
100% placement, yeah.
And so what's your capacity? How many people can you teach at once?
We have capacity for 20 students. So there's 5 lab benches of 4 in our lab.
And right now you're recruiting for the next batch, the next cohort of students.
Yes,
is that right?
Actively recruiting. The applications will accept the priority application until March 15th, and then we'll take rolling applications thereafter. So until we fill the class.
So it's open to all students, or are there limits to age, and what are the requirements?
Yeah, it's a good question. So the main requirement is they have to be a high school graduate. So whether they have a GED or a state-issued diploma, we'll take either, but they have to have that. The age range is anywhere from 18 to 28. So in our current cohort, we had students as young as 18 all the way up to 26 this time around.
Men and women?
Men and women, sure, yep. We've had 5 women and 8 men in this current group. 8 students were from Gloucester, and then we had 5 from surrounding towns.
So one of the big pieces about this, I think, is the tuition. Tell us about that.
Well, there is no tuition. It's tuition free and no fees. and that will be, it was offered to this group, this past group that went through, and it will also be offered to this next group, the class of 2017, 2018.
And when do the classes themselves start up?
So the class starts the day after Labor Day, September 5th this year. The class, the first semester runs until the middle of November, and then it picks up again the week after Thanksgiving, and then runs till the middle of February for the second semester. And then internships start basically the first week of March and run till the middle of May. So the calendar is sort of a hybrid high school / collegiate calendar. And students meet Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 2 p.m. And we did the schedule, we had them end a little early in the afternoon. The vast majority, and I would like to say most of the students we had this year actually worked part-time jobs afterwards. So we tried to actively think about what would enable them to keep those part-time jobs.
Right. So no tuition and the ability to work at least part-time.
And a paid internship.
That sounds almost too good to be true. What's the catch?
There's no catch.
No
I mean,
catch.
the catch is, I guess, you have to come and show us you're dedicated. You're willing to work with your hands. You're actively interested in science, and we'll do the rest. We'll help you to the best of our ability to teach you the lab skills that you need to know, and to place you in the internship.
So maybe you could describe the work itself a little bit more. I mean, I don't know much about this kind of work myself, so I'm wondering, when the students come in, what actual skills will they be learning?
So there's a core set of skills for students that are entry-level lab technicians. Things like pipetting, which enables them to move small volumes of liquid from one place to another. Things like using a balance in a lab, using electrophoresis equipment, which allows us to separate DNA and proteins based on size. So there's a core group of things that they need to know, making solutions and buffers, so that's sort of where the math comes in. But once they know those core skills, they can get around a lab pretty confidently. And one of the beauties of my job is that one of the things that I love to see is, they come in September and they're very timid, they don't want to touch anything, they're afraid to, break stuff. And just to watch them blossom, as students, and their confidence really rise as they learn this stuff. They come in not even knowing what a pipette is, not knowing how to move volume or measure it for the most part. And then by the end of that, 11-week semester, they've sequenced DNA, which is fantastic,
Incredible.
You really see them, come out of their shell. Their confidence is really boosted. So it's a beautiful thing. It makes me, love my job.
Well, it sounds like you have a fantastic job. So I'm imagining that precision and record keeping are all a part of that kind of work?
Yeah, that's a very good point. So precision, I'll give you just a quick example. When students are making solutions or buffers in a lab, if it's made incorrectly, everyone else after that that's going to use that is going to be affected by the fact that you didn't make it right. So the precision of making that and measuring the right way and understanding what a meniscus is, those things are really important. And then in terms of record keeping, we teach every student how to keep a legal lab notebook. So if there's intellectual property that they're keeping track of and a company wants to file for a patent in court, the documents and the documentation that the students keep in the lab is to par. It's up to par. So yeah, they're responsible for keeping a legal lab notebook.
Now, you talked a little bit about career skills, and to me that always seems to be key. Can you expand on that a little bit? When you say career skills, what in that sense are you teaching?
So yeah, a number of things. Like I mentioned, what it's like to work in teams, lab etiquette, things like you use an instrument, you make sure it's clean, you make sure it's turned off for the next person. But also things like, what's your online profile like? What's your Facebook page say about you? Do you have a LinkedIn page? Do you even know what that is? We develop the students, we take them through those things in our Friday afternoon sessions and say, hey, what does your Facebook page say about you? What if an employer were to look at this?
They do.
Oh, they do, yeah. Are you on LinkedIn? A lot of employers go there to hire people now. We actually had, right before they went to their internships, we gave them W-4s and I-9s to look at because a lot of them had never seen them before.
Right.
So we showed them how to fill those out. It's just life skills, a lot of it, that they just have never done before.
Well, and those will be valuable no matter what
Oh, yeah.
they do.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We have, other professionals from the field. That, for instance, we had directors of human resources from some of the biotech companies, and even Varian right here in our own backyard. They came in and they did sessions with the kids on interviewing skills and, what are the things you're supposed to say? How is your resume supposed to look? How are you supposed to dress? Just things that for you and I, maybe, just general knowledge, but for a kid that's 18, maybe they haven't done that before.
Right. Right.
So yeah, a lot of stuff like that. We have like a whole curriculum designed around that to teach them those things.
So how do you manage to have this be tuition free? Where does the money come from?
So we have some fabulous donors in the area who
Local folks from Cape Ann.
yeah, they just want to see the kids from Cape Ann really do well. So that money, and then we have some small grants that we've written that help underwrite the costs.
So this is all an effort not only to give this opportunity to local students, but also to build up the biotech infrastructure in
Sure.
Gloucester and surrounding towns, right?
Right, yeah. So our parent company, Gloucester Marine Genomics Institute, one of their goals is to make Gloucester a biotech hub. So to bring the research and to bring the scientific community here in hopes that it's going to bring jobs to the area and help improve the economy. So sort of where Gloucester Biotechnology Academy comes in is if you're going to have these science companies here that are doing active research, you need people to staff the labs. So that's where we come in. We help train students to staff those labs.
So people can get in touch with you. The information will be on the screen.
Great.
And then there's the career night at GHS on the 16th.
We will be there, yep.
Great.
Yep, we have a table there. Absolutely.
So when the kids are now, they finish their internship and they're going to go look for a job, do you get involved in that end of things too?
Sure. So we obviously can't guarantee them a job,
Right.
But we will help coach them through that. We can help with people that we know who are in the industry to open doors for them. We can help with, again, tailoring a resume or a cover letter to a particular job. So yeah, we want to stand by them through that process. But again, we can't obviously guarantee them anything. So, but we will be there to help. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a really great way for a student to get a start in an industry that's just got no top end as far as I can see.
Yeah, especially here in Massachusetts, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic opportunity.
Thank you very much, John. It's a really wonderful program. I think it's thrilling that it's here in Gloucester, and best of luck to you and your students.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
That's all we have time for. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Greg Bover. Good night.